let's look at the area of STEM. Now, STEM is hugely important in many countries, looking at the subject areas of science, technology, engineering, and math. Let's look at a few examples, and we'll take you through some of them to give you a flavour of what the STEM curriculum can be with EV3 and the tablet app. So, math and measurement. If we can work out the diameter of a wheel, we can accurately measure what one wheel rotational is, and then knowing that information, we can plot accurately courses around the room with our robot educator model. Now, if I pick up my tablet, we can talk about math and estimation. How far will a robot go in 5 seconds if we work out what 1 second is? Well, let's try. So I've got my robot attached here. I drag in the move steering or move tank block, and I tell it to go for 1 second. And I have a little observe what's happening. Yeah, it's about 20, 21-ish, 22 maybe. So if I say 1 second is about 20 centimeters, then I can work out that 5 seconds, will it be about 1 meter or 100 centimeters? That's what estimation is all about. Okay, so what other areas can we look at? Well, design, technology. Can we design a robot to carry out a specific activity? For example, could it carry supplies through a dangerous area? Also in technology, learning about the world around us. Do we understand automated systems? For example, an automated door. Why does it open when it does? Take an escalator, for example. Now we have the technology where as you approach it, it starts moving. Why has this been developed? It makes it more efficient and it costs less money to run. So it's really important for us to understand how systems work and also then be able to test it as well. The hands-on approach is fantastic for learning, and that's really important to remember. In engineering, we always follow a process. We follow an engineering process to complete a task. We start off with a design brief. What do we need to do? We then brainstorm, come up with lots of ideas. We select the best solution. Then we build and program our solution. We always test and analyze. We review it, we revise it, and then we communicate it to the world. And that's something we can really do effectively with the EV3 solution. What about science? Well, science, using the EV3 tablet and the robot educator, we can use for automation. Can robots be used to carry out experiments? Yes, they can. Why? Because they make tests much fairer. And science is all about fair testing. I've got an example to show you here from a video made by Chris Carver carrying out a titration experiment. So if I actually go in, and I load up the video. I'm going to run the video on titration, hit play. And here he's built and designed with his students a model to carry out the experiment, mixing acid with a solution and looking at the cloudiness of that mixture. One motor is turning the tap to release the acid. The other motor is used to agitate the material. And then they're using a color sensor in light mode to capture the cloudiness or how much light is coming through the mixture itself. Really fantastic way of using the EV3 hardware and software in a science context. Now, he's used the software for this that comes on the PC or Mac, but we can just as easily use the port view on our tablet. And we can actually look at the measurements captured with the color sensor, and we can take automatic readings. One other thing to point out is, of course, the EV3 brick does have its own data logging app where you can go in and capture data and look at a graph that's being created. So that's another way that we can capture and use that information. Okay, so there I hopefully have shown you and talked about a few examples of how we can use the EV3 tablet app with the hardware in the STEM curriculum. And now what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at a specific maths example.